We are at the Inferno Room in Fountain Square at 902 Virginia Avenue. We are standing in what used to be the community court of Indianapolis. This was a courtroom, and we demolished and rebuilt as an escape to paradise. This is a project that we took on a couple years ago. Myself and Chris Coy, who was my general manager at Black Market. We are now business partners. He's standing behind me somewhere, probably running some drinks to a table. Yeah, we started playing this project about 2 years ago, and it took every bit of 2 years to do it. Chris built practically this whole place by hand. Our drinks are definitely tropical, rum influenced. We do have some gin, kind of cognac, all that in there. The menus, it's kind of mysterious, you know. It's primarily classic tiki drinks. We have 28 drinks on the menu, from all eras of tiki, going from the 30s all the way up into modern tiki. Just a handful of original drinks on there because primarily we want to kind of pay homage to the people that came before us. Food-wise, the food is very much inspired by the Caribbean and the South Pacific, but Chef Carlos Salazar of Rook, my business partner at Rook, did the menu for us, so it allowed him to kind of channel his inner tiki gods and be able to put together kind of a really comfortable menu that's it's primarily a shareable menu, you know, lots of small and medium-sized plates for everybody to share. At its core, to me, is about escape. Again, if you are conscious of Virginia Avenue or Fountain Square outside these walls, then we really, really didn't do a good job. Man, there's so much art in here. Like, this is really a living museum. Like, we wanted to pay respect to the cultures that really handcrafted this artwork. There's a lot of stuff here is much older than I am, and was crafted by several different tribes in the Middle Sepik River region in Papua New Guinea. And there's always something new to find, and this is probably only about 20% of our collection. We bought a whole estate from a collector that died. He spent about 16 years in Papua New Guinea studying the Middle Sepik River tribes, and so we have the whole collection. So we will be adding layers upon layers upon layers, but after 2 years, this is all we got this accomplished, but there's much, much more. We are standing in front of the Luau Room, which is one of our two upstairs dining areas or cocktail areas. This is called the Luau Room because it's our tribute to Stephen Crane. Both rooms are kind of an homage to Indiana Tiki. But Steve Crane is one of the kind of big three of Tiki. We talked a little bit about Trader Vic, and we talked about Don the Beachcomber, but the really big one that influenced us quite a lot was Steve Crane, who is from Crawfordsville, Indiana. He kind of worked several different jobs, went to Chicago, New York, but he ended up in Hollywood, married Lana Turner, which made him a household name. He was kind of a nobody from Crawfordsville, made this grand story up of why he was important, and he was an heir to this big Indiana tobacco fortune, and married the it actress of Hollywood at the time. It didn't last very long, but by that point his name was out and about. He was a man about town, and he was a smooth talker. And he ended up buying a restaurant called the Tropics. He changed it, the name to the Luau, and created this kind of Polynesian atmosphere in there, a la Trader Vic's and Don the Beachcomber. It became the Hollywood hotspot in Beverly Hills. It was the place to see and be seen, and he invented some of the most popular tiki drinks of the day that we still serve on the menu. We have several drinks. My personal favorite would be the Jet Pilot, but he is actually buried in Crawfordsville. We have been to the gravesite. It's kind of a pilgrimage we make. But yeah, it's often forgotten how important Indiana has been to tiki history, because we gave the world Steve Crane, and Steve Crane gave the world the Luau. So that's why we call this the Luau Room. This is the logo from the Luau. Our carver, Dave Hansen from Milwaukee, actually replicated the logo in woodwork for us. And even in the room, the window trim is off the menu. There's lots of fun little Easter eggs all over the place in the Inferno Room.